What is going on YouTube? My name is Dom, and in this video here today I'm going to be talking about how to aim like a pro. If you guys saw my accuracy tips video a while back, this is probably going to be expanding upon it or even introducing new things into that I think are really important just for creating overall accuracy and really fucking people up. But I do have to start with a quick disclaimer because of the new thing where now gaming addiction is considered a mental disorder. You might be watching somebody who has a mental problem, as do most of my fan base. Let's go ahead, let's hop into the video. But really quick, if you guys have any thoughts, opinions, comments about the video, please leave them down there in the comment section. And also follow me on Twitter and follow me in my Discord. Links to those are down in the comment section below. That's where you're going to be able to find updated information as far as what I'm doing on the channel, as well as get opportunities to squad up. Let's go ahead and let's hop right into the video. So to begin, if you guys have not checked out my accuracy tips video or my recoil video, I will put a card up in the right hand corner of the screen where you can go ahead and check those out. I really recommend the recoil video, especially because that's where I go over the recoil for the different types of weapons that you're going to be seeing in Ghost Recon, and as well as how to manage that recoil properly. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about here today is there's really you know, I'm not even going to put parts on it, but there's a few different moving parts to consider when you're trying to be accurate. Now, the first one that I want to go over is reticles that you have on your site. So I really feel that reticles are very important. I mean, obviously, this is how you see where your shots are going. This is how you line up shots. So it's obviously important to pick one that is very good to you and one that you think is very effective. I know this is basically personal preference, but I do have some say-so in the matter because I think there are sites that are better than others. Now, if you guys are at all familiar with my channel, you know that I am a huge proponent of the Micro T1 site. That I love this site, but it's actually not my favorite anymore. I don't feel like it's as buttery smooth as I once thought it was. Now, the reason for this is the reason that I dislike it now is actually the reason that I said that I liked it, because it's a very clean site. I mean, look at this shit. Like, look at that. You can fucking see everything. When you are aiming down sight, you can see everything that is around your reticle. I can see if I am on the guy that is peeking this corner right here. There's not actually a guy, but if there were, I can see his elbow. I can see every little fucking titter, and that's also the problem with it. Like, when I am firing, I can see every little inaccurate bullet that I have, and then sometimes when I feel that I'm being inaccurate because I think my bullets are straying because this site's so fucking clean, I will actually stop firing, when actually it's not beneficial to do so, because sometimes it's better to keep firing for multiple reasons. You know, you have suppression unless you're going up against the point man, but then also people tend to move and chow when they're being shot at. People tend to move, which opens them up for other shots. So when I have a site where I cannot see perfectly clear like this, like, look at this, where I cannot see perfectly clear, those stray bullets that I have will actually hit people and kill people more often than not. That happens a shit ton to me. So let me go ahead, let me switch over to the site that I prefer to use at this particular moment that I find is just overall better for me. Alright, so now I'm back with the site that I prefer to use pretty much on every single weapon in this game that it's available for, and that is the EXPS3 site. I fucking love this thing. Now, there is a big reason for it. If you can see, it has that very small dot that's directly in the middle, which is actually, I think it's a little bit smaller than the Micro T, and it is just a little bit more accurate, but that's actually not also the other reason that I like it. The other reason that I like it is if you, on the Micro T, you know, you can feel every little jolt, every titter. I can see exactly when I'm being inaccurate. And with this thing, it has that little red circle around it, so I cannot see some of my stray bullets. It covers it up just a little bit more, I feel. So when I am shooting at somebody that is peeking, let's say they're peeking right here, and I am shooting at them and they decide to move, I will actually hit them with one of my stray bullets rather than stop firing and avoid that shot altogether. And so I feel that that's another reason that it's actually better than using a Micro T or a panoramic sight in my view. But it's totally subjective. That is something that is open to you guys. That is just my input. Now, also, if what's something that's really important is to match your aiming sensitivity to the gun that you're actually trying to master. So for the AK-12, I use an aiming sensitivity of 70%. Yeah, so I have an aiming sensitivity of 70%, particularly to counter the recoil of the AK-12 and the M16, because those are the, well, also the TAR-21, but those are the guns that I'm trying to master right now. Those are the classes that I'm really focusing on. If you guys know me in the past, I've always been a marksman heavy, so you really don't need an aiming sensitivity to master a sniper. That really doesn't make much fucking sense. But so anyway, that is the site, that is the sensitivity that I use because it perfectly matches the recoil for me, because I move my thumbsticks slightly down when I'm in shooting. Sometimes people, you know, will jerk their stick all the way down, That sounded really fucking suggestive. But anyway, so sometimes people will jerk it down and it will really fuck up their aim. So always match your sensitivity to the gun that you're trying to master at that particular moment. Now, the other two things that I wanted to mention are, well, actually, it's really only one thing. The other thing that I wanted to mention is keep track, and this is more of an experience perception-based thing. So when you are aiming or particularly peeking behind cover, I will never challenge somebody like this. I will not sit here and wait for somebody to move, or let's say somebody's peeking behind this piece of cover right here. I will not sit here and aim like this, and I know they're going to peek me from the top or from the side, because that is a recipe to get fucked up, particularly because you are exposed right here. They have all the time in the world to line up their shot from behind that piece of cover, so you are going to really be screwed if I'm just sitting. And people make this mistake all the time, but if I'm just sitting here and I know there's somebody peeking this wall right here, they have all the time in the fucking world to line up that shot on me, and I'm just sitting here waiting. Now, odds are that they are going to peek that cover and shoot when they feel comfortable, and I am just sitting here trying to guess. Odds are my reaction speed is going to be a little bit slower than when they feel comfortable peeking, and I'm never going to do this because they are going to light me up. So instead, you have to do this, and you have to get an idea of where you have to get an idea of where you are going to aim as soon as you peek and shoot, and that's always something to get comfortable with. So you always try to line up the middle about where you want to go. It's not 100% accurate. You're going to sway just a little bit, but you can get that good idea of where you're going. Now, the other thing that you have to keep in mind when doing this is you have to make a mental note of where it's going to be if you're moving. So if I'm moving over this way, let's say I have a reason to, maybe they're lining up on me, and then I come back. See, if you can notice, all I did was move. I didn't even touch my aiming stick, and it came back, and I am directly lined up where I was before. I am perfectly lined up. So always keep track of where you're aiming. But let's say I go over here and then I aim like this. Maybe I touch my joystick or something. My accuracy is going to be a little bit skewed when I come back over here. So when I make my move back over there, I just have to try to adjust it again. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but it takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of experience to try to master something like that. But just be aware, and be aware of making mental notes of where you are going to aim when you ADS. Now, the other thing that I thought was really fucking important from my other video that I probably didn't stress enough is when you never peek from over corner unless somebody is sprinting out into the middle of the road. Let's say somebody's sprinting down the road down here and I catch them from the side. Okay, I can light them up, but never ever peek from the top. I don't think like this anyway. Don't peek like this. Don't use the peeking mechanic, because if you notice, my head is sitting there for an extra second that I don't want. If somebody's shooting at me, they are going to fuck me up, especially with headshots, no matter what gun they have. So instead, what I'll always do is I will line up my sight. I will peek like this. I will line up my sight where I want to aim. Let's say there's somebody right there, right behind that tree, right in the bushes. I will line up like this. I will aim, and then I will crouch. That is so much quicker. I am in complete control. And then I can pop and I'm down. I can pop and I'm down. Now, if you look when I'm right here, how long does it take me to pop and then get fully down? It takes me like an extra second, which I do not like at all. And I do not want that time. And especially when you're playing at a high level, you're playing with good players, that time is really crucial to make those small adjustments. So always get used to, if you're planning on peeking on corners, always play like this. Never play like this. That is just my general rule. I will peek from the side, though. I will peek from the side because it is very quick. They have a very small hit window. I think they can basically hit my hand, and that's about it. But yeah, I will only ever peek from the side, and that's just a general thing to get comfortable with. I know it's a lot easier for me because I have a scuff controller. I have those paddles where I can crouch and I can aim, you know, very easily, but with some people it's not the case. So that might just take some getting used to if you don't actually have like a scuff controller or any paddles or anything like that. You know, unfortunately that's something that could be hard to get used to, but once you get used to it, you can really mess people up. And I know your thumb is going to be taken off of your aiming stick just for a slight second, just so you could hit circle or whatever to crouch up, but you know, that's where lining up your sight comes in, you know, tenfold. You really want to do that, so then that just makes it so much easier for you. And remember, I always prepare for my shots as best I can before I actually line up to take a shot. Sometimes that preparation is more difficult than others, and I will go into a video about how to prep for shots and how to make sure that you're in the right position to deal with certain things. That's a very in-depth, that's a very strategy oriented video topic right there. But please let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more ideas for future videos, please drop them down in the comment section. Please let me know what you guys would like to see. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you in the next video.